Hello, 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 hello. It has been a minute. But I'm here. I'm here. Your girl is here. Life has been happening. I've been up here dealing with imposter syndrome. Like, yeah, you ain't got nothing to say. I kid you not. But you know what? I reached the point where I'm like, I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice but to do this. So that's why I'm here today, recording this reading, and it's meant to find you whenever it finds you, all right? I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna light this Palo Santo wood here in my candle, okay? Just gonna cleanse this space. It smells so good. If you've ever burned Palo Santo, you know it's lit. So as I cleanse this space right now, I want you to begin to go to God for yourself. Go to Spirit, okay? Tap into your intuition. Tap in. It's time to hear a message. It's time to hear what the Lord has to say to us. Okay, is that all right with you? It's all right with me. And just in case you ain't remember, if I'm not talking to you, who am I talking to? Patrice, I'm talking to you, baby. Okay? All right. So I wanted to pray, but today when I prayed, I wanted to sing a song for prayer. And the song goes, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be pleasing to you, pleasing to you. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be pleasing to you, my God. You're my rock and my Redeemer. You're the reason why I sing. I desire to be a blessing in your eyes. Every hour and every moment, Lord, I want to be your servant, and I desire to be a blessing in your eyes. Oh, so may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be pleasing to you, my God. Amen. That is my prayer on today. I also pray that you hear and receive exactly what you need to hear and receive from the Lord. And with that, let's go ahead and let's pull these cards. Now, let me tell you something interesting, right? I was trying to decide which decks I wanted to use. And for the last couple of readings I've done, I've always chosen to start off the readings with the Moonology deck. But today, specifically, I was just like, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna do something a little different. I was gonna use the Moon Manifestation deck instead of the Moonology deck. But I just happened to notice that I had a card from the Moonology deck mixed in with some other cards. And I was like, we gonna use that. So, this card from the Moonology deck says, what do you need to release? What do you need to release? That's a good question to ask. And maybe that's a question to ask yourself as we're going through this reading. What is it that you need to release? And you know, I find that significant, especially because right now we're in Scorpio season. We're at the very beginning of Scorpio season. I noticed though at the bottom of the deck while I was talking about Scorpio season that we have Snake Spirit with Time to Heal. I'm actually feeling led to keep this out. And you know what? just because I feel struck by it and because it's two numbers in succession, we're going to go ahead and also use skunk spirit with know your worth. What do you need to release? It's time to heal. Know your worth. Wow. Apologies, I had to kind of stop the video because I had a little bit of background noise, but we are in it and we're going to keep on going. Okay, so I was talking about the snake spirit, and the snake spirit reminds me of Scorpio. I was talking about it's Scorpio season, and then I saw the snake spirit here, and it reminds me of the death card in tarot. This card reminds me of the death card in tarot, as well as Scorpio season, because the death card is all about, and death card is ruled by Scorpio. The death card is all about endings that bring new beginnings. And oftentimes those endings are difficult, they're painful. With this question here, what do you need to release? It's not always easy to release things that we need to release, because we can find ourselves attached to them. We can, find ourselves in situations where we're codependent, where we feel like, well, I can't go on, or I'm not anything unless I have this particular thing or this particular person in my life. But with snake spirit, I'm thinking about, what do snakes do? Snakes shed their skin, okay? If the snake doesn't go through that process of shedding their skin, guess what will happen? It will die. It will die. It is necessary for it to go through that period of shedding, that period of releasing, in order to heal, in order to get to its next place. And I feel like that's what Scorpio season is all about. When I think about Scorpio energy, I think about passion. I think about the things that are deep, 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 almost hidden, deep, deep down inside, and of dark energy. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's instructing us, at least my understanding of Scorpio energy is, it's instructing us to release. We also just had an eclipse. An eclipse season is the time where we experience really powerful change. Do you feel like you shed your skin recently? You may have released something. You may have gone through discomfort because you were releasing something. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get into the tarot here. I'm going to start with the Mermaid Tarot, and I specifically chose a watery deck because Scorpio is a water sign, and I just wanted to connect with the element of water, which is emotions, emotions. Emotions taking me over, caught up in sorrow, lost in the sun. All right, let's go ahead and pull from the Mermaid Tarot and see what we got. Spirit, what do you have for the collective on today? What do you have for the collective right now? Would you speak to me, speak through me powerfully? And let's go ahead and get it done. All right. We have the King of Cups. We have the Four of Cups. Okay, we got a lot of water up in here. And we have the Lovers. The Lovers. The King of Cups. The King of Cups, I was immediately struck by that. The King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, water energy, heavy on the masculine side with the King energy here. The King of Cups is one who is very much in touch with his emotions, His emotions he understands that his ability his emotional intelligence is powerful. His ability to interpret, to feel his emotions, is one of his superpowers. But what makes him a king as opposed to, somebody who's, out of whack and lacking emotional control is the fact that he does have emotional control. He is a master at responding to his emotions rather than reacting. He is a master at responding because he knows his worth. With skunk spirit, he knows his worth. It's interesting that, you know what? Pause. I actually really want to read Skunk Spirit from the book because it struck me. Because I'm like, it's really interesting that it's the skunk that's, know your worth. Because most people, well, I don't know about most people, but, I myself think of like Pepe Le Pew is stinky. You don't want to be around a skunk. You run away from those creatures because you don't want to spray them and get their stink all over you. But at the same time, let's read it. Know your worth. What do you value? What do you believe in? Is your best, most authentic self on display? Skunk Spirit comes as a reminder that you can be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished. Know your worth. Not everyone will agree with you or share your values, but you can walk with your head high, knowing that when you express your integrity, others can feel your authenticity and will be inspired by it. Be who you are, and if your reputation precedes you, good. You have much to be proud of, and Skunk Spirit wants you to be your best self, the true you. I actually really, really love that, especially with what do you need to release and time to heal. And then with the King of Cups here saying, getting in control of the emotional body. Sometimes when we think like we can, our self-esteem, not knowing our worth, it really keeps us from being able, it keeps us from the lovers. Not necessarily the falling in love part, but like not knowing our worth will keep us from being able to come home to ourselves, being able to truly draw in what is meant for us, And we got the Four of Cups right here in the middle. And the Four of Cups is someone who, especially in this card, I see a person who's kind of down and out. They got these 3 cups here. They're like, I don't really want that. They're kind of bored by it. But out of the water, out of perhaps the emotional space, out of the water comes a brand new cup. Comes a brand new cup. Will you accept it though? Do you think you're worthy of that cup? Do you think you're worthy of being able to, see, man, do you think you're worthy of self-love? I mean, this person, there's a reflection of another person in the mirror, but the idea is that this person has drawn in and manifest. Oh, wow. And I'm actually noticing here that this is really interesting, this depiction on this card. So the idea is that the lovers are drawn to each other and they mirror each other. They mirror each other's light and shadow aspects to one another, right? And I'm noticing that the person that this mermaid is in love with is reflected in the mirror, but it's completely the opposite. That's a man on dry land, and she is a mermaid, a woman underwater. Though it is completely opposite, they are drawn to each other because they complement each other. That's interesting. I want to pull some cards to clarify. Spirit, can we clarify the King of Cups? And we have got the Eight of Swords. Four of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Swords. And the Lovers is clarified by the Queen of Swords. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. Woo! Okay. Three of Swords. This is heavy. This right here is heavy energy. And honestly, it's no surprise considering the cards we have here. What do you need to release? Release it so that you can heal. You're being called. We're being called to go through the process of shedding that skin. You've outgrown that skin. You've outgrown this part of you. And now you've been drawn home. You've come home to yourself. But now it's time to, find your balance and heal in a place of home. you know what? Something I find really interesting is that I don't know how much to share. Well, okay. Essentially, I found myself in a situation where I met someone. Okay, I met someone, and I'm enjoying, you know, our relationship. Everything's beautiful, everything's wonderful. And I found myself finding it really difficult to believe and to receive that love. I was constantly questioning, am I enough? What if I mess up? I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. And those are all things, I'm saying this because this actually reminds me of the Eight of Swords, right? Those are all things that are in my mind. And sometimes my thoughts, the things that are in my mind, it's like they are creating a world that makes me think that I'm trapped. But the whole point of the Eight of Swords is that, it's like in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, you can see that the person is bound up, but they have like very loose ties around their wrist where they could literally just shake themselves, shake yourself loose, okay? They could literally shake themselves loose. And they could take that blindfold off, and they could pick up one of them swords and be the Queen of Swords and charge forward, carving out the life that they want. That's what your sword is. That's your mental energy that allows you to carve out the life that you want. Okay? At the same time, though, a sword can be used powerfully, like your thoughts can powerfully create the life that you want. Okay? You can manifest powerfully with your thoughts, or your swords can hurt you, can hinder you. The Ten of Swords is one of the most painful cards in the deck. Look at this. This person is, they out for the count. That's it. They done. Matter of fact, in this card, they giving up the ghost. They're dead. That death energy again. Now ain't nobody about to die. I mean, everybody dies every day, you know, but ain't nobody about to die here. That's not what this is about. The death energy is about dying to the old ways, much like a snake has to shed its skin, you know? It's about getting rid of those thoughts that says, everybody hates me, they don't like me, they all think I'm stinky and I'm ugly, they want to run away from me, but hey, what did the book say? If your reputation precedes you, cool, that's all right, be you. Be yourself and know your worth. I'm not saying, you know, if you're stinky, you might want to take a shower, you know, but hey, that's just my opinion. But you get what I'm trying to say. At least I hope you do, you know. Healing from a place where we didn't know our worth, where we didn't know that we were worthy of this love. Healing to a place where we do know that we're worthy of this love. I saw 1313. So that, and 13 is the death card in tarot. Okay? All right. I love a sync now. But we're healing to a place where we know our worth so that we can live the life that we want. So we can live the life that we want. The Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And you know what's right under the Three of Swords? The Ten of Cups. Baby. Now, if the Ten of Swords is one of the most excruciatingly painful cards in the deck, the Ten of Cups on the other side is one of the most fulfilling cards in the deck, because this card is about emotional fulfillment and abundance and completion. It's about a happily ever after. Some say they on a love scene, you know, on a love scene. Some say that in regards to love, this is about, you know, happy partnership, marriage and family and kids and abundance and all those things, happily ever after. But it's essentially, what if your happily ever after doesn't look like that? This is whatever your happily ever after looks like. This is whatever is your fulfillment. What happens when you know your worth? What happens when you take that blindfold off? What happens when you release that pain, when you give up the ghost, when you stop trying to fight it, when you allow yourself not, now this is, kind of tough in imagery because it's literally someone, has died here in this card. But what it's symbolizing is, what the Ten of Swords symbolizes is that there's painful endings, but it's like but because there's nothing else that can be done to this person. And after an ending becomes a what? A new beginning. They may have changed form. In this case, they may not be in their body anymore. In this case, they may have shed their skin. You know what I mean? In this case, they may not be in their body anymore, but they have transformed. They have transformed to a space where they can't be hurt anymore. And ultimately, it's saying like, that's it. It's the end. And it's time to release it. It's time to release it. And I feel like the Queen of Swords is our key to releasing, to healing. The king, actually, I love this. The King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Getting in control of the emotional body, allowing ourselves to feel all of our feelings, but knowing that we are totally safe. You are safe. And then carving out for yourself with that sword, with your mental energy, being mindful of your thoughts. You are in control, not somebody else. You are in control. And I feel led to say that pain has a way of transforming us. It really does. Because we can literally be brought down to like our darkest place. We can be brought to a really, really dark place. And when we're there, we can take information from those emotions, So for example, if I'm in a dark space, I'm crying, I'm upset, I'm feeling depressed about something, sometimes I'll ask myself, like, that thought that you're thinking about yourself right now, is it true? Is it true? Or is it a lie that you've been taught? Not whether intentionally or not. Is that something that you've allowed yourself to believe? Is this an example of you not knowing your worth? If it is, then that's something that I need to release. And I can release that by saying, what is true? Okay, this sword of truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is true? And matter of fact, I'm going to pull from the I Am Everything deck. I feel like this reading is kind of like, all over his eye. But hey, I kind of feel like tarot is like improv a little bit, I don't prepare this in advance. I'm just trusting that the words are going to come when they come, okay? Okay, we got number 7 with I am a creator. Everything around me began as a thought. What were we talking about? Thoughts. My clothes, my home, and even the roads I drive on were once just thoughts. When I take the time to contemplate my surroundings, I grasp all of the thoughts that took place to create the world. Likewise, my thoughts have created things. My thoughts create my actions and thereby create my life as I know it. Wasn't I just saying that? Therefore, I strive to think about my desires optimistically. I am a creator. Exactly. I hold that up so you can screenshot it if you want. I'm a creator with number 7. And I like that. What I was saying about the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a creator. She's one who, she understands her feelings. She's not completely detached or disconnected from her feelings, but she's saying, I know what I feel. However, this is what I choose. I'm not going to let myself get stuck in 3 of Swords, stuck in heartbreak. I'm stuck here, I'm definitely not going to let myself get stuck in 8 of Swords, which, like I said, which is a mental prison. I'm not stuck anywhere. I am choosing to think optimistically. I am choosing to carve out my life. I love it. Okay. Lord, what should I do now? I feel like I want to pull, I think I'm going to go into the Oracle cards. And let's go into the, not this deck. I'm going to go into the Moon deck. Okay. What do you need to release? That's a very personal question. Very personal. And it's only for you to ask yourself. And it says, listen, people, listen. I cannot make this up. It says, I shed my habits that hinder my truth. I release and renew. Look at the animal that's on this card. A snake. This is all about shedding. So think, okay, I hear you, Lord. This is all about shedding. This is all about getting rid, man. I'm not talking right now because I'm literally just receiving it, guys. Wow. Okay, we're gonna pull one more card from the Moon deck. And we've got, I am of the earth and in harmony with nature. I am of the earth and in harmony with nature. That actually reminds me of the Lover's card. Okay? Being in harmony with nature, being in harmony with what feels natural to me. And the snake is actually, I don't know if the snake is an earth and, it's earth energy, but it actually makes me think of earth energy because it is literally like so low to the ground and it burrows and everything. And then this final card says, healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. Okay. And I feel like the Queen of Swords who showed up here, she's a master at protecting her boundaries, She's a master at it. And that is why she's able to live the life that she wants, because she's like, yeah, that don't work for me, cut it. I want that, carve it, All right. Let's get into our Starseed Oracle. I feel something right now. What do I feel? I feel curious. I don't know. All right, we have Breath of the Cosmos. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. I'd like to read that one from the book as well. Okay, and the bottom of the deck we have, at the bottom of the deck we have karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. Wow. Is that something you need to release? A karmic relationship? Interesting. Let's read Breath of the Cosmos from the book. Look for it. Page 42. Breath of the Cosmos says, when we rely only on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and relying instead on our personal strength. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forcing, pushing, and living from a space of trying to. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe can too. You're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and trust the breath of life. To surrender to the greater will that God has for you. To move from my will to thy will. When you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, Please use me. Please show me the way. Little by little, you find yourself living your most fulfilling, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will. You find yourself being led. You begin breathing the breath of life. Wow. You know what that gave me? Surrendering, like it said, pretty much surrendering my own will. That I need to release my will. And that doesn't mean like, oh, I don't get to, do what I want because I'm really on that song. Now I do what I want. 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 But I think essentially that's what that card was saying. When I release all of those fears, all of those negative things, when I release the heartbreak, the pain, when I release the karmic relationships, okay? And what does that mean? What is the karmic relationship? A karmic relationship is one that it's meant to teach you a lesson, and everything is teaching us a lesson, everything, but how do I describe I'm struggling to describe a karmic relationship. It's a relationship that keeps you on the karmic wheel. Basically, have you ever dealt with a situation where you keep on going through the same thing over and over? You feel like you keep meeting the same person, in a different body. You keep on facing and you start thinking like, is it me? Is there something wrong with me? And a karmic relationship may not be a relationship, maybe it's not a relationship with a partner. I mean, maybe it's just about anything that's not truly contributing to your highest and greatest good. I mean, in the long run, it will, but it's kind of like karmic relationships come with a tower. You build it up, but eventually you're going to have to tear it down. And a lot of people, I think, find themselves in situations where they're building up these relationships and then they fall apart. And then sometimes, if people are in a toxic relationship, they keep on getting back together because they figure well, that's just how we love one another. Love is pain, that type situation. No. Is that what you're choosing for yourself? When you have your sword in your hand, are you saying, I'm choosing to be hurt? I'm choosing to have my heart broken? I'm choosing to be disappointed over and over again? No, I'll pass on that. Because with me, I'd rather have healthy boundaries. I'd rather stay centered and balanced. I'd rather realize that I am of the earth and I am in harmony with nature. Therefore, I can start breathing the breath of life. And now I do what I want. 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 Okay? Stop playing with me. That's why I'm trying to heal. That's why I am not trying to. That's why I'm healing. That's why I'm willing to shed my skin. That's why I'm willing to release what doesn't serve me. Because none of my fears can go where I'm headed, okay? That's Beyonce. I feel like I'm quoting her all the time in my readings. But let's go into the, what is it that I feel? I feel like I want to pull more cards, pull more tarot cards. I feel like I'm not done with the tarot. I don't feel released. I don't know why. Spirit, what else do you have to communicate to us from the tarot? And then the thing is, I also pulled out 3 tarot decks. Usually I pull 2. And I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna go with it, okay? Okay, release the need to be perfect. Release the need for everything to have a format and a formula. Just be. Friends, what I just say that a karmic relationship comes with? The Tower. And then I pulled the Tower. Oh my gosh. The Tower is a card that's about things crumbling down to the very foundation. There is nothing comfortable about this situation. I mean, this is the affirmators tarot with the animals, right? This goose is up in here in these flames being cooked, like, and the whole tower is falling down. And he's like, why, Lord, why? Because that's a tower that was never meant to be built up to begin with. It wasn't for you, you know? Maybe it taught you something. Maybe it was, you know, everything happens for a reason. But that tower that was built up, that structure that was built up, it was never meant to stand. That wasn't authentically you. So it had to crumble. You had to go through some things. You had to get here. You had to get here so that you could release yourself and be reborn. The pain that we go through oftentimes feels like, you know, why? It's for no purpose. It feels unjust. But that's because we are micromanaging the universe, like this card here says. We want to do what we want, but we don't want to do the healing. We don't want to shed habits that hinder our truth. You know? Like this card here says. We don't want to do that work. But that's why we have those tower moments. Because it's pretty much saying, oh, you're not going to make a move? I bet. Let me strike that tower for you. And the thing is, that tower may fall down, but then after the dust settles, are you going to go back to the same thing? Are you going to go back? Or are you going to know your worth and step into your new? Queen of Swords. We got the Four of Cups again. Okay, so we got the Four of Cups showing up twice. And the Four of Cups, again, it's just like, I've also heard it interpreted like, it's kind of like the idea that the answer is right there for you. This cup, I'll show you both of the cards. This cup is right there being presented to you. But you're too focused on, you know, like this this flamingo here has his whole head in the sand, right? He doesn't even see this cup right here. He's looking at these cups that is filled. He's too busy, you know, he's focusing on this, and he doesn't even see this newness, this beautiful inspiration that's being presented to him. He's got his arms closed. I mean, well, in the traditional tarot Rider-Waite deck, the person is sitting there with their arms closed and spirit is giving them a cup, but they're like, I don't want that. They're just dissatisfied. They're pouting. They're micromanaging the universe. And then they're wondering why these tower moments happen. I feel like the Lord be saying, I'm going to learn you one way or the other. I want to, should I pull from this deck, Lord? Okay. I think I'm going to pull from the Rider-Waite to clarify these. Oh, okay. We had a jumper. And this is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe this is our advice. Spirit, what should we do moving forward? We have some advice. What else do we got? Eight of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Tower again. Okay, so we got the Four of Cups twice and the Tower twice. And underneath the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is, all right, okay. There's a lot going on here. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles is about working hard, steadily working towards a goal. Temperance is about, it's literally tempering those cups. You know, it's about balance and self-control. balancing out the hot and the cold, which actually reminds me of healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. You know, this person is, the angel here is pouring the cups, you know, back and forth, tempering them, right? But then after that, we have the Tower again. And let me show you what it looks like in this deck. Literally, when lightning strikes that tower, everything that's in it, it's got to go. You're going to get out or you're going to die with it. It's violent. It's shaking. It's crumbling. And it shows no mercy. But the whole purpose is to get you to shed that skin. That tower is meant to shake you. All right. I'm going to move on to the, yeah, this is all kinds of out of order, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Shamanic Healing Oracle. And, all right, what do we have here? We have feminine energy with number 17, okay, which is dark space, all about the void. I feel like I should read that in the book. I feel like I should read that, so I'm going to. Okay. And we also have retreat. Okay. Let's look at what number 17, feminine energy, says. Darkness, the moon, the tides, the quiet gestation before the chaos, the void. These are all aspects of feminine energy: passive, waiting, gestating, and nurturing. It is the opposite of the prior card, which is masculine energy, so very different, yet the perfect companion. Perhaps you have yet to find your feminine side. The life you are leading right now has given you opportunities to embrace this part of you. But between the two opposing energies, feminine energy is the harder one to embrace. It requires trust and lack of fear. Trust that all is as it should be, and the absence of the fear of things not getting done. Perhaps in the past you had been hurt when you were embracing your feminine energy, physically or mentally. This was the free will of the person who hurt you. It was not caused by being who you were. Know your worth. If somebody hurt you, that's a reflection on them. It's not a reflection on you. Do not let the actions of another dictate who you need to be. Know your worth. Examine your feminine side. Become friends with her again. Alternately, this card represents an important woman in the seeker's life. Okay. Are you seeking an important woman? Interesting though. And I love this is saying, you know, become friends with your feminine side. And for any of my guys watching, I'm not trying to turn you into a girl. I'm not, you know, or anything like that. But it's just embracing the void, embracing the unknown, embracing the need to nurture. Water energy. Embracing the emotions. Wow. And with retreat, maybe that's one way that you can care for yourself. And I'm also pulling the sacred from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. We have number 27 with hydrate, more water energy. So yeah, drink lots of water and allow the emotions to flow through you. You know, it's all connected. We don't have to compartmentalize, you know, our lives. It's all connected. What we do with our physical bodies, what we do mentally, spiritually, emotionally, is all connected. All of it. Write a gratitude list. That's another way that you can care for yourself. And I love that. We pulled the card that said, I'm a creator, and it was talking about keeping my thoughts positive. You know, I create the lane. I create my own lane. I create my own reality. Queen of Swords, again. This is a way. If I'm meditating on what I'm thankful for, instead of thinking about the things that hurt me, that's how I'll heal. Yes. Those tower moments, I can come to a place where I realized that they weren't those moments where I got broken down to here, you know. It's okay. It was necessary for me to be broken down. Why? Because the Father wants to put you back together again, baby. And guess what? Now I do what I want. 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 Okay. And final card, we have sync with the moon. And I feel like, again, that's, what do we see? What do we read in the book from the Shamanic Healing Oracle? Health checkup, go to the doctor. What do we read in the Shamanic Healing Oracle? Feminine energy, the moon. Sync with the moon. Connect with the moon. I'm telling y'all. Okay, I'm going to pull the Chakra Wisdom card. And then I've got 2 more cards after that. And we'll wrap up. Ooh, I've been on here talking forever. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. What do we have from the Chakra Wisdom cards? I pulled 2, and I'm going to keep both of them. Okay, we got 3rd chakra, solar plexus, yellow. Okay, joy, that's your joy center. And this says self-confidence. I trust myself fully. I will not allow fear or doubt to hold me back from doing what I am here to do. I have confidence, belief, and conviction in my abilities and goals. I welcome questioning by others, as this gives me a chance to clarify my truth, ideas, and philosophies. I trust in a higher power, and I am open to new challenges. Sounds a lot like shedding your skin to me. And knowing your worth. And we have 4th chakra, heart chakra, with compassion and forgiveness. I have compassion for myself and for those around me. I let go of anger. What do you need to release? I let go of anger, resentments, and torments from the past, and I do not give my power away to those involved. I feel teary-eyed right now, y'all. Forgiveness is a gift I give myself. I'm going to read that again, baby. Forgiveness is a gift I give myself. I forgive myself for things I feel I could have done differently in the past, and I remind myself that my response could not have been any more evolved than it was at the time. I am compassionate to those in need, as this shows them that they are not alone. I practice this by listening, sharing, understanding, and being of service. 3 of Pentacles we saw at the bottom of the deck. Listening, sharing, being of service. You know what? Stop playing with me. Okay, look, y'all, I can't take this. I just picked up the 3 of Pentacles just because, you know, I was like, oh yeah, working with others. Look what's under the 3 of Pentacles. The 10 of Swords. And what's under that? The 3 of Swords. We have pulled the Tower twice, the 4 of Cups twice, the 10 of Swords twice, and the 3 of Swords twice. Okay. I'm going to put the Tower, the 10 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. Those are all difficult cards. Heartache, painful endings, boredom, rejecting what Spirit has for you, and crumbling down with the Tower. All of those have come up twice. And what I'm hearing right now is, through it all, I'm actually hearing 2 things. Okay, I'm gonna sing what I'm hearing right now. But through it all, I remember that He loves me and He cares, and He'll never put more on me than I can bear. No, he'll never put more on me. I said never put more on me. No, he'll never say put more on me than I can bear. Though life has served up a big fat whipping, it's time to let it all go. It's time to release it. You have to release it. You still here, ain't you? You still here. So instead of letting those 10 swords stab you in the back, or those 3 swords stab you in the heart, take that sword of truth, establish some healthy boundaries for yourself, carve out the life that you want by thinking positive thoughts, by knowing your self-worth, by having self-confidence, man. And it takes time to build that. 8 of Pentacles, take your time doing the work. Work hard. Work hard towards your goal. But don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing stop you. Give yourself the gift of forgiveness, you know? Oh, man. I just feel really emotional right now. But it's a good emotional. It's like an emotional release. It's like the rain that washes away the dust, you know? All right, from the Divine Abundance Oracle, we've got... Stop playing with me. Look at this card. What does that say? Worth. What? Worth. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. And at the bottom of the deck, we have extraordinary. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Yo, why am I like hella emotional right now? I think it's because this is what hey, Patrice, I'm talking to you, baby. Okay, that's what the channel is called. But hey, I hope you get something from this too, my love. This is what the Lord has been, talking to me about over the last few days. I'm going to take this one and this one too. Yes. Okay. We have trust. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. Because you are a co-creator. We saw here, stop micromanaging the universe. That doesn't mean don't let your requests be made known. That doesn't mean don't talk to God, don't pray. It just means that trust that it's coming. It's coming to you. Trust that it's already here. Trust that you're not waiting for love. You are love. God, I trust you to handle the desires of my heart, which I know you want me to receive. This card says receiving, okay? Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. All right. I'm going to pull from this deck, I think it's called the Spirit Junkie. I've never pulled from it before, but just for fun. Pull one more card, and I'm going to get a moon manifestation card at the very end. Okay, I'm pull one of those. Okay, so from the Spirit Junkie, we've got, I am committed to bringing forth my greatness. I will no longer play small. You know what? I'm releasing that part of me that's like, I'm not worth it. I'm releasing imposter syndrome. And didn't I start off this video talking about? Yeah, okay. I see what you did there. I love it. I love you. I'm talking to God, and that's our relationship. Okay. And finally, okay, that card just went ahead and fell out. From the Moon Manifestation deck, we have New Moon in Cancer. Relax. Relax. I hope you saw that well. Just relax. Now, Cancer energy is all about like feeling safe, you know. It's like Cancer energy always reminds me of home, root chakra, you know, and kind of like that need to get into literally the hermit crab, the shell, in order to find that place of safety. And I feel like this is saying just relax because you are safe. Relax. You are safe. There's a song by Mary Mary that goes, and I don't know why it came into my mind, but I'm just gonna go ahead. It goes, it's Stand Still, and it's, what do I gotta do to make you understand that I want what's best for you, and I always have, but maybe you're confused about who I really am. Stand still and know I'm God. That song is really powerful, and I feel like that's stand still and know I'm God. Relax. You're safe. You are safe to receive. You are extraordinary. You are extraordinary. That's this card. You just got to know your worth and release the pain and release the wiggle. Hey, because you won't break my soul. Let me get off of here. I love y'all. I had to lighten it up a little bit because I feel like crying this whole reading. But I'm so glad that we had this journey together. If you stuck with me to the end, thank you so much. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing. I will see you guys next Friday. I'm putting it out there because I am committed and I'm no longer playing small because I know my work. Do you know yours? You better. I love you. Take it easy. Bye.